Everybody hates me until they need me. What professions are examples of this? When I was a janitor, I got a lot of hate for knocking out my 8-hour day in 4 individual hour-long chunks of effort. I was always available for spills and got extra work done every day, but spent another 4 hours basically chilling, and management not once got on my case. The other employees despised this until a customer's colostomy bag somehow ruptured in the bathroom. From that day forward, none of them gave a fuck if I was just hanging out on my phone. Proper time management. If everything is in order, you are on call. Cleaning is a form of maintenance, and maintenance needs to be on a schedule to get it all done. Salute to you. I appreciate janitors. Same idea as never trust a busy SYS admin. And GT. Same idea as never trust a busy SYS admin. Sysadmins are just computer janitors. Network engineers are internet plumbers. Source: I'm a network engineer. The U.S. Coast Guard for fishermen and boaters. Usually there's a pretty good working relationship between them, but some hate the Coast Guard for the various inspections they do. But the USCG is also the ones who will come out there in a storm to rescue them. Today I learned people hate the Coast Guard. They're like military police, and you don't have rights on the water like you do on land with normal police. They're generally good and responsible, but I also understand why people have negative feelings toward them. And GT. You don't have rights on the water like you do on land with normal police. I'm not from the USA. Could you elaborate, please? The U.S. Constitution, well, the Fourth Amendment to it, protects Americans, or any person in the United States, against unreasonable search. It's why police have to obtain a warrant before entering your house. The exception to this is the Coast Guard and searching your boat. The USCG can search any boat in U.S. waters, and any U.S.-flagged vessel anywhere in the world, at any time they please, for any reason. All that said, I've had nothing but pleasant encounters with the Coast Guard, though I'm Canadian and my boat flies a Canadian flag. I'm always a conscientious, safety-oriented boater, so never have issues. Police can't stop you while driving and make you demonstrate that your seatbelts are installed, your headlights and brake lights work, and your wipers are new. The Coast Guard can stop a boat and make the operator demonstrate it had all the required safety gear like flotation vests, fire extinguishers, positional lights, etc. Edit. Several people have taken this post to mean I am against the CG doing this. I'm not. I'm just detailing how CG stoppages are different from what police can do with a private driver. Not to belabor the point here, but police can do what you've described to commercial vehicles. Anywhere, anytime, technically, a cop, state patrol normally, can pull me over and check my 18-wheeler front to back, top to bottom, for any and all defects. And dear God, seeing what some people drive on the highways, I wish annual inspections were required for all vehicles everywhere at the barest minimum. Lawyers lol. Edit. Might delete this comment in a bit, not used to getting 100 notifications a minute lol. Appreciate the engagement though. Plastic surgeons. My uncle is a plastic surgeon and he does only reconstructive stuff, fixing burn victims' faces and stuff like that. But when people ask him what kind of doctor he is and he says plastic surgeon, they usually kinda scoff. It is often forgotten, but plastic cosmetic surgery got a big start in the aftermath of World War I. There were plenty of vets with horrible disfigurements that were met with horror and revulsion returning to civilian life. The operations they took to repair, replace lost jaws, eyes, bones, etc. were attempts to let these vets able to enjoy some normalcy in society. It, not the clown. Yep. You get everything in order and pretty much humming along. They say, what are we paying you for if you are just sitting there? Shit goes haywire. They say, what are we paying you for if you can't keep the stuff from breaking? I tell people that what you want is to see your IT people sitting around doing nothing. When you see them scramble, then worry. Pretty much. They're there to set things up and keep them running smoothly so shit doesn't hit the fan, and to sort things out when it inevitably does anyway. The higher the ratio of them doing nothing, to them working hectically, the better they are. I worked with a programmer that explained his position to me. He was on a call about a critical app that went down. He was super calm the whole time, while the managers are all freaking out. They asked him how long it would take him to come up with a fix. He pretended to do math in his head, and said maybe 2 weeks. Everyone thanked him and the call ended. He sat back and put his feet on his desk. I asked him, "Isn't that fix urgent?" He says, "Yes." Which is why I told them months ago we were going to need it, but they took all our resources and had us focus on other things. I already made this fix on my own time because I was worried about this, but they can wait 2 weeks. If I give it to them now, they won't have learned anything. Not only that, but next time there's a fix that's needed, they'll expect an immediate resolution and he'll look incompetent despite that not being true. Lawyer here. The expectation that because you are a lawyer you know everything about every law everywhere. In reality, most lawyers are highly specialized. I thought you guys all just put on a nice suit, sat back in your chair and answered any question with, "It depends." And GT, "It depends, that'll be $700. My lawyer actually charges me $100 every email, even if it's just one word, still $100, lol. I read your comment. That'll be .2. Yeah, but accounting is gonna shave that off the bill to keep the firm competitive in the marketplace. Also, by the way, you failed to hit your billables target for the year and we're going to have to withhold your incentive pay. This reminds me of the famous Fix-It Man's bill joke. https://www.snopes.com/fact-check/no-where-man/closing square bracket opening parenthesis https://www.snopes.com/fact-check/no-where-man/closing parenthesis. And GT. Nikola Tesla visited Henry Ford at his factory, which was having some kind of difficulty. Ford asked Tesla if he could help identify the problem area. Tesla walked up to a wall of boilerplate and made a small X in chalk on one of the plates. Ford was thrilled, and told him to send an invoice. The bill arrived, for $10,000. Ford asked for a breakdown. Tesla sent another invoice, indicating a $1 charge for marking the wall with an X, and $9,999 for knowing where to put it. I always heard it as Charles Steinmetz doing the billing though. Lawyers and mechanics. You want to have a good one of each, but you never want to have to call either of them. Finding a good mechanic will 99% of the time save you the most money out of most of these answers. Finding one that's skilled, but doesn't rip you off is a fucking godsend. I didn't realize this until I married someone whose father is a mechanic. The amount of bullshit I no longer deal with is unbelievable. If you find a good mechanic, don't piss them off nickel and diming them. My friends think I am crazy for driving to a mechanic that's 45 minutes away, but this shop has only done me good. Brought my car in for a suspected problem. They found no issues, never charged me. Another time, car was having major issues. After a day at the shop, mechanic called me and just straight up told me that $3,000 it would cost to repair the car would be better off on a down payment instead of repairs that may or may not fix the issue. I like they pay their staff by the hour too. Brought my car in for a suspected problem. They found no issues, never charged me. OMG, this comment brought to mind something that happened a few years ago. I thought the car was leaking a weird color antifreeze. It was Dear P on the snowy driveway rolling on the floor laughing thankfully. The car guy told us nothing was wrong with the car lol. Had a problem with my car dying once, in a city an hour from home. Had it towed to the closest place I could find. It started up. Guy couldn't find anything wrong with it. Found no issues, didn't charge me. He has it for most of the day. Said maybe bad gas or moisture in my gas tank. Started to die on the way home at night. Dropped it off to my regular guy. He couldn't tell what was wrong it, but knew something wasn't right. Told me he could start throwing parts at it, but couldn't guarantee they'd help. Suggested bringing it to the dealer. Again, didn't charge me. Ended up needing a new transmission, that Nissan actually replaced out of warranty at no charge. Fuck their CVTs. But yeah, honest mechanics are great. Germany. God damn it. Okay, new funniest answer so far. First one that made me genuinely chuckle. I laughed at my own joke. I'm cracking up, ha 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 ha. I scrolled a long time and didn't find it. Fast food workers, they're the butt of every demeaning comment about a lack of achievement or the reason why minimum wage shouldn't be raised, blah blah blah, but those people get real quiet once they're ordering their Big Mac. It wasn't fast food, but was still a cashier job. Had a woman point at me and tell her kid that if he didn't go to college, he'd end up like me, working at a dead-end job. I was 17 and in high school, hadn't even had the chance to go to college yet.